What's good with y'all boys? We just unlocked a new part of the map. Boom. I have been waiting, and when I say waiting, to create a video like this, I spent all of last night just reading through y'all stories. Sifting through them, sifting through them, sifting through them, sifting through them, bro. Like, it took so long to find the ones that I wanted to use for this video, but I think we have them. I think we do. And I'm not gonna keep y'all waiting any longer to hear these horrendous stories, bro, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for y'all to hear it. So, without further ado, you really thought I was gonna start this and not tell you to press that like button? No, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't talk about how my intro's too long. I cut this one short just for y'all. But I am not about to sit here and not see you go and press that subscribe button. Click out. If it's full screen, click out. If it's not, take that mouse right there, go down right here, and press that like button. So go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and like, because if you don't, I've got a beautiful thing for you guys, a blessing. I want us to put our hands together. And I hope that every last one of my loyal supporters who don't want to like and subscribe to the channel become a father or a mother this year. Like, I'm just so excited to see them bring the gift of life into the world with us. And if they skip this and they still don't like and subscribe, I hope they have triplets. Please bless them with the gift of life. Now, with that beautiful blessing out the way, let's get into some stories. We're gonna start off with a few from TikTok. They're way shorter than the Instagram ones, so think about these as short stories. And all of them are gonna be story number. I was camping in the Appalachian Mountains with 3 of my guy friends. We were all laughing and telling stories around the fire one night around midnight. The friend next to me grabbed my leg and pointed at the woods. We both saw a man's silhouette standing there. We called out to him, but he turned around and vanished from sight. We were 18, no cell service, and the camp was all pitched up at midnight. Too late to search for another spot where we might get away from whoever it was, and too scared to search for him. We decided to sleep through the night. There were 2-man watch teams, no signs of him for the rest of the night. We got out of the woods all right. 2 days later, 2 hikers were and by a mentally disturbed man who'd encountered them on a trail near where we were camping. Every now and then, I wonder how close we came to having our cards punched that night by what could have been a wielding murderer. I don't know if he wants to be shouted out, so I'm not going to give his @ here. If he's watching this video, put yourself down there to be shouted out. But oh my gosh. I've always heard so many crazy things about the Appalachian Mountains, bro. I remember back when I was younger, I went on an entire deep dive.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
Whatever it is, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I'm so happy you got out safe, because that's insane, gang. I'm not gonna lie. 2, there was this one kid at high school where I used to go to. I transferred out, but he would always be in the gym lifting. He revolved his whole life kind of around it. On the outside, he seemed like a regular person and everything. Had friends, and he just really liked the gym, I guess, right? But he must have been insanely lonely or something, because no person who isn't lonely would do something like this. He was snapping a 14-year-old freshman as a 17-year-old. Mind you, the age of consent is 16 in my state, so she was under the age of consent while he wasn't. There were screenshots of the things he said to her, basically saying all the weird SH he was gonna do with her. She ended up screenshotting the text, and then the whole school ended up finding out. He was getting violated by the whole school. After a while, it passed over, but to this day, he's still a weirdo, and a lot of people don't mess with him. Some have forgot, but I haven't, and he's still weird. Not that crazy of a story, I guess, but still something. Not that crazy of a story, I guess. This dude, at 17 years old, was snapping a I don't even remember what I was doing at 14 years old, bro. I was playing like Mortal Kombat and Minecraft every day, watching anime. There is no reason that a 17-year-old should be messing with no 14-year-old, bro. I feel like we should have specific places that we put people like that. You feel me? Like, I know they got like RV parks and little stuff like that for people who like to mess with the youngins, but I just feel like that's not enough. That's not enough. I feel like people like this, like, he's starting young. Who knows where he's gonna be when he's like 20, or maybe he has stuff going on at home that made him that way. You feel me? He's young. But for people who like do that stuff when they get older, we should take like a pit, right? And have that pit full of water up to a boiling point, right? And then have like a ledge right here made out of hard wood and like little nails shoved through the wood and just make them moonwalk down into the boiling water until they fall. Just a thought, bro. If I was president, all I'm gonna say is none of this would be happening. None of this would be happening whatsoever, bro. I wouldn't be going for nothing. Third one for TikTok. I waited for the Nintendo Switch 2 to come out, then realized I'm too broke to afford it. Let's move on, bro. Instagram. We're going to Instagram. On Instagram, we have the way longer ones, and there's a lot of them on here, so I'm not going to be able to get to everybody. We're going to make a part 2 if y'all show love on this one. But we're going to get through a few of these super long ones. But since they are, we're going to space these out by like story 1, story 2, story 3, story 4, and so on. You feel me? So, boom. I met this girl in 2020. We started talking on some calm shit. We was in like 10th grade or some shit. Moral to the story, I was a virgin, but I finally got past my chop stage and was finally getting female attention and started wilding. So boom, me and her start linking and doing and she introduced me to her friend. Now her friend was bad to me and I wanted that, not gonna lie. So I was on a mission. You were moving crazy in the 10th grade, bro, that's insane. They get in a fight. Apparently my little stole from old girl. Now me and Shorty got in an argument and decided to stop talking, and I decided, F it, let me go text her friend. Now me and the friend start talking. That's where you messed up, bro. Why are you going to text the friend that close to that girl? Like, you're asking for problems, bro. Now me and her friend had a disagreement, so we go months without talking. But we end up meeting at a basketball game, and at this time, I'm messing with old girl again. But I ain't care. I've been wanting to mess with her friend, which is now her op from the jump. So these two girls started beefing and you stayed messing with both of them? Bro. So I went up to the friend, got her new socials and flirted with her till I had to go home. So I started walking her home and we get to her door and she kisses me. So I'm lit, not gonna lie. So now I'm messing with the both of them for months. Neither knew. Now I then meet this new girl. Bro, now this new girl, I wanted her so bad. Like, was an obsession. So one day, she asked me to help her with a project in social studies, and I was on that. Now, what I didn't know is because friends with both girls before. Bro, what does this even mean? Now, what I didn't know is basically she was friends with both girls before he met her. So I'm helping her with this project and macking on her without knowing she know both of them. We only used Snap at that time, and it wasn't like I could see Shorty's mutuals or something. So me and new girl arrange a date. We go to the movies and it was going well for real. Straight vibes, and then she gets a call. I look down and it's my first body calling her. I'm low-key freaking out, gang. I thought I was caught. I was. I wear a specific bracelet and it always has a unique design. What I know was new girl posted me in her private story and she never added me to the first body. What? All right, hold on. What I ain't know was new girl posted me in her private story that she never added me to and my first body saw. We finished the date, Netflix and chill all that, and get home safe. I'm at ease. You are not at ease, bro. You are caught. I swear to God. Then I'm on the phone with the second girl and she said, so you're still messing with girl 1, girl 2 who are beefing and girl 3 who know both of them all at the same time? Bro. Then I'm on the phone with the second girl and she said something about the fair we have yearly out of town. And we decided to go Thursday night because that's the least likely night I get caught up. Okay. Date going smooth, then bang, I got a text from my first body. On my brother's grave, bro, this is serious. He put it on his brother's grave. She texted me, oh, you hanging out with girls now. I turn around, this girl is staring at me, bro, from far away. I knew I was fried. Bro, what? Then the new girl pops out and start cussing me out. Now they all cussing me out and screaming at me, bro. You got like an intervention going on in the middle of a state fair, bro. Hold on, let me finish. Now I recovered with the new girl and we started dating for real. And one day she asked me if I had any girls still, and you know what I said. Told her that she the only one in my rotation, that she was really my Jalen Brunson. Anyways, eventually they all caught me up and added me into a group chat with all of them and cussed me out. Bro, look at this group chat. He sent me this screenshot. There's about 10 people in this group chat, bro. 10 different people. How did you get caught up by 10 different people? all at the same time, bro. And you gave space in between these situations. Like from what I'm reading, there was ample time in between all of these to think about and reflect on what you're doing and reflect on your ways. And you decided to keep on doing the same thing. Honestly, from what I'm hearing on this is on you, bro. This is on you. You had so many chances to change this outcome. It's like a choose your own adventure game, and you chose the wrong option every single time. That's hard to do, bro. I don't know how you did that, but I'm not gonna lie. 10 out of 10 trauma, bro. 10 out of 10 trauma, bro. Thank you for submitting, 100%. Boom. I got you, man. Let me tell you how one time I went to my friend's party. We're going to call him Jacob, and he has a little sister named Miracle. Man, let me start this off by saying this whole party was a Diddy setup, man. I don't know where this is about to go, but it's not going nowhere good, bro. But yeah, we start the day off. I get dropped off to my boy place, and he telling me I got to ride back. So I buy a little birthday bottle or whatever from the last of my check, and I go down to see my boy. He's trying to host a Project X type of B&B party, right? So not gonna lie, I'm hyped. I bought a bottle and I bought hella, so I'm ready to get lit with my boy. And I also go to my homeboy who's a little fruity, a part of the fruity committee. Keep this in mind, as it's gonna be crucial later. I think I know where this is going, but I really hope I don't. But boom, so me and the LGBTQ homeboy chilling, and we chop it up, you know, vibing. We pretty much gotta stay in the B&B since LGBTQ guy rented it for my boy Jacob. While we're waiting, we got our clothes and all. Bro, I don't know where this is going, bro. We're waiting for the girls and all to pull up, and I'm talking about I haven't even cracked open my bottle or nothing. Man, it took them 4 hours to pull up. We didn't think nothing of it since, you know, he's probably doing his thing. He could have texted us and let us know, you know, but boom, they finally pull up. His sister and his cousins all pull up, which I'm not gonna lie was weird since she's a whole minor for real, and I'm not gonna lie, it was gonna be a 21 plus party. So she had no business being there. Especially since from what Jacob told me, I thought it was gonna be dudes having orgies and girls having they out. Bro, what? Type of deal, since that's what everyone else had told us. Where is it, bro? But yeah, his sister walked in, greeted me all nice while I'm trying to mind my business, waiting for the girls to get there, right? Man, fast forward some time later, and his sister keep trying to semi-flirt with me, making me low-key uncomfortable. We all decide to get in the pool with the birthday boy, who we haven't been able to hang out with for real because he kept being pulled away by this girl, which was understandable, but also, dang, we came out here for you feel me? But yeah, it ends up just being me, the LGBTQ guy, his friend who pulled up, and all of his cousins and in the pool. But yeah, his sister was super tipsy, like you could smell the alcohol off her, and she ended up taking her clothes off, provocatively while staring dead at me. When I noticed, and I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous, cause no girls had arrived up to this point, and Jacob had promised me there would be a whole lot of girls. So I'm thinking he set this whole situation up for his sister since she had done stuff like this before whenever it would be just me and her for real, which I did not like at all, and I couldn't really tell my boy since I felt like it would be wrong because that's his sister, you know? Bro. But eventually, I told my boy, yo, we gotta go, when she started showing more skin, and we dipped to the room while she pretended to crash out and have a fit. I didn't know if it was because I walked away or if she got too tipsy, and she crashed out bad. But yeah, tell me how after all that, he tried to blame it on me and the LGBTQ dude, even though we kept the bottles and stuff near us like guards. Moral of the story is never go to a B&B party because they be wildin'. Moral of the story is stay away from the people you hanging around, because what are we talking about? There is so many things that I want to say about this story, bro. This was a setup from the beginning, bro. You're telling me old boy told you that girls were gonna be there, but somehow for about like an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours, it seems like you were stuck in a room with bottles, low, you feel me, feminine homeboy, by yourself, bro. What was going on, bro? Because it seems like there was a setup in a few different ways. And then on top of that, no, on top of all of that, how did he have a girl that was pulling him away the whole time, but none of y'all did? You didn't have one? He had a girl, but all you had was sweet homeboy and his underage like little sister, bro. Does that not seem like something was going on? Does that not seem like he was setting something up on one way or another for you to get caught up and you giving this dude the benefit of the doubt? It sounds like this is not your friend, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like this is not your friend. Because if this was me, I would have jumped on top of the pool water, floated on it, did a backflip, drop kicked the sister, grabbed one of the bottles, threw it across the room, hit old boy in the face, because it would have been like frisbeeing, you feel me? Hit old boy, bangerang, hit old LGBTQ, not problem with him, but just because he's collateral, he can snitch, knock him out, and then go ahead and light the whole thing up, bro. Light the whole thing up like a firework and run out, bro. Because they ain't doing me like that. That's just what I would do, honestly, but not everyone like me, I understand that. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how much longer I can sit through the monstrosity of situations that y'all are sending me, bro. So I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be the last one. So boom. All right. There was this guy in my high school. We'll call him M. Now, Mark was one of those. Hold on. You just said we're going to call him M and then proceeded to name drop him, bro. You said we're going to call him M and then called him Mark, bro. Either one, you really don't like this nigga or you're stupid, bro. What are you talking about? Now, Mark was one of those dudes that stay in Discord, lack social skills, can't read rooms, stuff like that. But the main thing that separated this dude from other dudes like that is that he was a complete weirdo when it came to girls. For example, this dude would go brag to dudes that back when we was on Zoom calls in COVID, he would turn his camera off and then goon to his classmates and teachers. And he said this in a joking way, expecting mans to laugh with him, but we would just look at him weird. I remember the main or worst thing he did was build a one-sided beef with a girl who probably ain't even